Yo.
Welcome back. You know what it be. Another tale from the deep.
Yeah. Been into it.
Yeah, you know what it be. Good to see you again, Lo.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in, picking up this chess game. We're going here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We had a little technical difficulties. We're going. But I don't know what the frick was going on for a second, but it's all good.
Yeah, man. We live, we learn. It's part of the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of the boat that...
Excuse my snacking.
Shaking. And a quaking.
Shaking,
like
quaking. Get it bacon. You like the wheat? You like wheat thins?
Yeah, they're good.
Mm-hmm. I like those ones with tomato basil. Mm-hmm. My favorites.
Nice. So it's been some time.
It's fucking light. You see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it dead or what?
It's been a bitch.
It looked like it was being difficult earlier too. I mean, shit, it's cool with this one. It's like, what is that? What color is that? Like green?
Yeah, it comes off like a green. It's supposed to be like a really light blue.
Turquoise?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. So we got this new chessboard.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
It was a gift.
Yeah, I got it for Isaac for Christmas and stuff, and yeah, it was at our shop adventures.
It's real legit, man. I really I've always envisioned having a board like this.
Did I go yet?
No, you have not. You just made that one move. Yeah, man. I remember in the Demon Audit book series, they have a bunch of different chess sets, and one of them they talk about it like a marble or gem chess sets. So that's always like something that's been like I thought about. That'd be cool to have.
They always talked about it, huh? That's interesting.
Well, because they have like a bunch of different because it's kind of like their thing. But yeah, there definitely was one of them. Yeah, it's pretty legit. You're saying that they didn't know the composition of this one?
No. I was really surprised. I was like, what the frick? So yeah, I just think it's like some type of granite, marble.
It's nice.
A whole mixture of freaking different minerals or whatever. Could be just some rocks off the ground.
Yeah, just some pavement.
For a fact. They just when they carve it.
Yeah, it's carved it up.
Smoothed out.
Magic.
I'm not going to snack anymore because it's just hard to talk and snack at the same time.
It can be. Yeah, man. So, it's been quite the journey. This past week or last week possibly, we went to, it was kind of like they called it like an industry, I can't think of the word right now, but like, networking event.
Nice.
It was cool. I guess it was put on by Ranstees. It was over at your mom's house.
Your mom's house.
Yeah. It was cool, man. Went with D Woods. Got to see him perform, which was really awesome.
Heck yeah.
Shout out to D Woods.
Yeah, shout out to D Woods, man. That fool's been on the grind since freaking high school. Just keeping it going. And I'm glad to see him shine. That dude's doing big things.
Certainly, man. He's the modeling, the music, doing a lot.
Yeah, he is, man. He's getting out there. He's making moves. Fuck yeah. I'm trying to get into the fashion thing a little more.
Oh yeah, you a fashionista now, La? I saw your
guess.
Facebook pictures.
How do they look? Do I look like I'm trying to?
Love's looking pretty now.
Yeah. I might get into modeling or something too. I ain't gonna lie.
That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Just put me on. I'm definitely trying to get into some magazines.
That'd be cool. I mean,
yeah, my teacher's in kung fu magazines and shit like that. Yeah,
that's legit.
That he said that we have an opportunity to do stuff like that. Like, we're actually going to be hosting our own tournament, or we're supposed to be
something like that at his place. Or somewhere else.
It's actually, I'm not going to say too much about it, but yeah, it's in the works.
That's cool.
We're working on hosting our own events and stuff, and World Tai Chi Day is April 29th, either April 29th or the 30th, and we're going to be hosting the World Tai Chi Day in Sheridan. And so it's going to be dope as fuck. Like we were doing World Tai Chi Day for the past couple years. with different schools over Cheeseman Park.
Okay.
So yeah, we did that for the past 2 years. Or I mean, they were doing that for however many years. I was a part of it for the past 2 years. But we'll be hosting this World Tai Chi Day. It's kind of going to be its own thing, you know. Aside from that, I don't know. The original Joe Brady. He's like a big acupuncturist, freaking Tai Chi, Qigong instructor from, you know, the Denver metro area and stuff like that. He's pretty well known, and yeah, he was hosting all the World Tai Chi Day for however many years. I don't know, him and a lot of his connections, and he invites all the different schools. Our school's a part of it. You know, we would be there, but my teacher wants to bring it to Sheridan because now he's a part of he's on the city board in Sheridan. The freak. I don't know. Is it?
He got elected.
It's well, no. He didn't get city council, so he was running for city council, but he ended up getting. He's still got a chair, not like on city council. He's not on the council or nothing, but he's He's working with the city of Sheridan.
Nice,
and
that's
yeah,
cool.
so so that's what he does. He does event planning, and he's on the school board. Education system or something like that. I forget what the actual title is, but it's a part of the schools. Like he's doing stuff for the school board and stuff for the education, and yeah, he's been doing a lot. So we're connecting through that, and we're going to bring Tai Chi more into the community and in the city of Sheridan, because that's where we're based out of is Sheridan, right there off of kind of Oxford Federal. Or Federal Radcliffe, more or less, like that area. And yeah, it's pretty dope, man. There's a lot going on this year. Year of the Dragon. Oh yeah, bro. It's been a crazy freaking startup. Straight up, you know, things have been picking up. There's everybody's doing stuff. You got freaking Woods out there. Actually, did you see Affliction music?
I saw they're doing some stuff too. They got a show up here, yeah.
Yeah, they're opening for Talib Kweli next week, February 10th. I'm gonna go to that.
Nice. Where's it at?
I think it's at the ballroom, or the freaking fucking. Hold on, let me see. Where's my phone?
I saw they posted a picture of the venue, but I wasn't sure where it was.
Here,
it was an interesting looking spot.
Yeah, I bought a ticket.
Nice.
So.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, they've been doing some good stuff too.
No, yeah, they've been doing stuff for a minute, you know, for the city, for Colorado.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Affliction Music.
Shout out.
Peace, David Giddings.
Mr. Styles and
D Styles and freaking High Key, man. Oh shit, bro. They're a freaking powerhouse. You gotta love that couple. Honestly, they're super cool. When you meet them, remember when we did that show for them?
Yeah,
bro, they're bro. Yeah, your mom's house. She's just this whole episode is just gonna be your mom's house. Your mom's house.
It's a good one. You know, they picked a good name.
It's every time, every fucking time. You're like, your mom's house. It's dang, those fools are geniuses. So yeah, you know, that's where we first got. Well, because I followed them for a while, and I seen they were doing a show out here, and that's how I got us involved, you know, through social media or whatever, and we got on that show or whatever back and made that connection. We did the freestyle. I think we did a performance too, right?
Yeah.
Like our songs and stuff. And was it a battle?
I think it was just we had a little. We could do a verse, and then it was like a freestyle.
Oh yeah, that's right. But. Yeah, that's where we made that. That's where we really got locked in with them. And yeah, when I hit up D Styles, he was actually really excited. He was happy to hear from me because I would go support them a lot more if they came out here more. But I can't always go to the Springs for everything. You know, I go to the Springs sometimes, because Ronald was out there, and I actually had an event out there a couple weeks back, and that was where I just had this that Muay Thai match. My first Thai match I just had. And it was tight.
How was that?
It was great. It was great. I lost, but the rest of the team won. So that made me feel a little salt too, because I feel like I let them down in a way because I lost. I was the only one to lose or not get a medal. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't sit with me too right. So been training hard. Been in the gym, fucking. So I train. I do Tai Chi 3 days a week. I've been doing the Muay Thai like 3-4 times a week. And then I'm starting to get into a little bit of Brazilian, but I'm not trying to get too much all at once. Just baby steps with everything. Let me find this freaking thing real quick. This, so I can see where the venue's at.
Well,
but yeah, they're doing it, man. That event was in the Springs. I got another event coming up too for the Thai, and that's in Castle Rock. It's a tournament, bro.
Nice.
So that shit's gonna be interesting, to say the least. Honestly, so like, I don't know. I got the last one showed me the surface, and it was pretty interesting. It was different because like I've done kung fu competitions for the past couple years. The Chinese competitions and stuff with the Tai Chi. I did the forms competitions, and then I also did the Sanda this last year, which is the fighting aspects. And I came in second place in the Sanda, which was alright, I guess. But that was my first actual competitive fights. I fought twice that day, which was tournament style too. That's usually how the kung fu is always tournaments. Yeah, it's always a tournament in the kung fu scene, which is great. I love that. I like that style. It reminds me like fucking Dragon Ball Z type shit. You know what I'm saying? You go battle freaking gods and shit and go into the brackets, get into the next bracket. I used to love doing the tournament on the Dragon Ball Z game. And you're just like going through it. Boom, 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 boom. Then you do the tournament just so you could get money, or it's called Zenny on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So you get the Zenny, and then you buy all these freaking cool things. You freaking edit your guys with all this stuff that you get, and you can improve their abilities, or you can like change their costumes and stuff like that. And I always liked that. It was tight as fuck. But that's kind of how it is. The tournament style. That's what it reminds me of. It's like Dragon Ball Z, which is really, it's cool. It's cool as fuck.
Definitely. It's legit.
I know. I keep getting
You found it yet? Goddamn.
I know, Rob. I was trying to find the messages that I had on with them, but it wasn't popping up right away. So it is at the Oriental Theater.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never been to that one.
I've never been there either. It's going to be my first time. They're opening up for Talib Kweli. Let's see. Oh, they have some hitters on there. So yeah, Affliction Music. This is an interesting name. We got Ego and Friends. There's a dude named Bullheaded. I've definitely heard of Zeno Dope. I've heard of him. I don't really know him or anything like that. I've heard the name. I might have checked out a couple songs or something like that, because I be checking people out. But some people, I might have came across them once or twice and, maybe peeped a little bit, but didn't really get too into it. But also that dude, Mr. Grigsby, he's freaking dope as shit, bro. Like, he's been making moves out here for a minute too. Do you know about that dude, Roland Poole?
Yeah.
I ever told you that? I told you about him, right? Yeah, so Grigsby brought Roland Poole out here. And they were doing music together or whatever, and I seen them, that's what Roland Poole came out here, recorded a video, or like, I think it was 2 videos. We could drop them in the descriptions. I'll pull it up later. But Grigsby brought him out, and yeah, it was dope. They made some music together. You got Grigsby. He's in his video and shit. They're all jamming out at the lab. It's probably one of the best studios out here in Denver, honestly. In my personal opinion, you got Mac D Productions in that scene, and he's a freaking dope ass engineer. I've always wanted to work with him. I haven't really had a chance to yet. You know, I've been focused on a lot of shit, so I've been away from music for a little while. But I'm working my way back. That fool Frenzy just had his party last night. You know, and then he shot a music video at the party.
Nice. Shout out to Frenzy.
Shout out to King Frenzy. He's about to drop another freaking song. It's called 28. He got that little thing going, you know, where he does the birthday song every year. That's like his thing. He started it, I believe, with 25. You know, 25 was that debut of that, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna make it every year. I'm pretty sure, actually, when we first did our podcast with Frenzy, that was what he was promoting, right?
It might have been.
Because I know...
Like 2 years ago now.
Yeah. It was either the first or the second. It might have been the second.
Yeah, because he was there for...
Because the first one was with him.
Podcast.
Yeah, he was early on. King Frenzy.
Him and
Taz, yeah, New Wave. Shout out. Taz was there.
Nice.
Taz was there. The homie Jared. They had a lot of dope ass artists there. They had this dude.
Was anybody performing or just hanging out?
Well, nah, no performances. Just hanging out. We were all bumping Frenzy's music. You know, bumping the new song. It was dope. You won't catch me in the video, but yeah, everybody was cool. You know, for the most part, it was tight. You know, at any scene like that, you got a whole bunch of drunk people. You know, everybody's freaking. You know, kind of whatever space they're in. So you get a little bit of bumping heads. That's really about it. But no, nothing serious. You know, nothing serious happened or nothing. We all ended up having a great night.
Nice.
Yeah, he got some great footage, and yeah, it was also like a networking event. So everybody was just networking and, you know, getting to know each other. I made a lot of good connections, and yeah, who knows where that'll come from. I met some engineers and, you know, things like that. Great artists, dancers, freaking, you know, Frenzy was there. We were just vibing. You feel me? And yeah, it was dope. So that was a cool ass event. I forget what else I was doing on my phone. There was something else I was going to do on it. Nice. I think I was pulling up something, but it don't matter. Oh yeah, I was gonna say some of the names of the people that were there last night.
Okay. To
give a shout out. Let's see. Yeah, he has like a group chat for the whole thing. It was Frenzy's birthday bash. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, man, it was cool, man. Met a lot of good people over at your mom's house too. It was a good night. A lot of good performances and stuff.
Any quotables? Who do you... A lot of artists or what?
There were some other people that we met that were like just showing up kind of for the open mic thing, but you know, they kind of end up leaving. But I mean, there was one that was actually one of D Wood's old teachers that was there actually just like singing. That was pretty cool. And she did like a Spanish ballad, you know.
Oh wow.
That was pretty cool.
Huh, that's tight.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of people there too last night. All Frenzy's people, you know, it was like he considered close people, you know, that he works with or whatever, I guess. His cousin wasn't there for some reason. Like the cousin that I knew. I met a few of his cousins. I didn't know he was related to that chick, Treyana, which was really interesting. Actually, I don't know. They might not be blood. You know how people, you know, they'd be like, oh, this is my family, it's my cousin, or, you know, but they're not actually like blood all the time. But I didn't really ask too much questions because it wasn't really my business. But we had freaking, yeah, like I said, Taz, Frenzy. There's this dude, Grizz, go get him. He's dope. Mr. Grizz, I think that's what he goes by. I've heard a couple of his songs. Man, I swear there was more people there. What was the other fool? Because all I see, I think everybody left the group already. I think that's what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of people there. Or not a lot, but you know.
Yeah, good amount of people. That's
good
cool.
amount of people, and everybody was like on a business tip, you know.
Oh yeah.
So that was tight. It was a lot of just business-minded people, you know. They're connecting and having a good time. And Frenzy, you know, we were all celebrating Frenzy's party. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for the video. I don't know when he's going to drop it, but yeah, be on the lookout for 28 by King Frenzy. Dope. It's a dope song too. Like this, Frenzy's dope. Like as an artist, he's a dope artist, bro. Like in person too, he's freaking cool as fuck, bro. I fuck with Frenzy. I've always have since the beginning. You know, once he showed me how, you know, his stuff, and I was like, oh, this was tight. Yeah, we freestyled together. Not last night, but we've done a lot of freestyles together. And yeah, we've had some great moments. But yeah, we did podcasts at his studio, and I think he got to a different location.
Nice.
I think he relocated his little photography studio, and I think he just does the photography. I don't think he does video, right? He had some videographers, but
definitely photography.
Yeah, he does the photography. Frenzy Parker. Yeah, Frenzy Parker. Like Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
That was a trip. But
yeah, it's always good to link up and
yeah, that's what I'm
collaborate.
saying. This next one, there's another event coming up too. D Woods has another event coming up on the 17th. And you were talking about Adam.
Yeah.
On the
Val
16th, I think.
16th.
Vale IV.
Also
Shout
at your mom's
out.
house.
Also at your mom's house. Yes. We'll be there. Make sure the food's ready on the stove.
That's pretty cool. Last time they actually had someone brought like some nachos and stuff and tacos through, and we're selling tacos. And
oh shoot!
Someone in the corner had like a waffles. They're selling waffle things.
Waffles?
Yeah, they had a little waffle flipper.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. And yeah, honestly though, I will say, your mom's house be watering them drinks down, or the bartender is green as fuck.
They probably do that on purpose. They don't want people getting too drunk.
Yeah, and they don't have no security there, so it's like, you know, that's probably why.
Bro, it's live over there too. That neighborhood. Bro, I think it was the first show. I think it was that show I did with Judah Priest. That wasn't my first show. I don't think there. I think I did another show there before that. I think it might have been the Affliction one that we did there. I think that was the first one. The first time I was there. I don't know. It was either Affliction or the Judah Priest opening. But yeah, that Judah Priest show, bro, or was it Judah Priest? I don't remember exactly, but I remember leaving that place one time, right after doing a show there, and that neighborhood's like that little area is like a hot spot for like gangs and shit. So on this block, it might be Crips or whatever, and then it goes like Bloods, and you know, down the street, and that's where they have a lot of activity down there. That's all. But I ran into some people, and yeah, it could have been a bad situation. But that also brings me to this point. Check your egos. Everybody, me included, you know, and I'm really learning that right now, because you just never know who you're messing with, you know, or if you do know, then you kind of can navigate a little better. But people are always on edge. You don't know how people are going to react in certain situations to you being some type of way or thinking that you're tough, you know, and honestly, it's the whole letting go of that tough guy act that has actually saved my life in a lot of freaking aspects. Like that was one of the times where I could have probably died too. My brother told me, he's like, bro, yeah, don't go over there. He's like, yeah, stay away from over there, bro. It's a good thing that these dudes knew my brother. or else it could have been a bad situation, bro. Or if I would have freaking, got all egoic and freaking was like, oh no, fuck that, I ain't gonna let these fools, treat me like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, but I knew where I was at. That's the thing. I knew where I was at. I knew the type of people I was dealing with. So I knew I had to be cool, especially because I was by myself. I didn't have a weapon or nothing. And I knew, like, probably all I could do, at least one of these fools got something. Like, that, they don't play over there. They don't play. So be careful in that area, honestly. If you, like, they even told you, like, what are you doing over here? What you need? What you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go over there unless you're, like, you're really going over there. You know what I'm saying? For a reason. Yeah, so still, I'd recommend, especially at night. Like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. And I honestly, the only reason I went, because you can't be, like, entirely scared. You feel me? You gotta, like, stand your ground and stuff in aspects of life. So that's what I was doing. I was standing my ground, and they actually respected me because I knew some people or whatever. I knew some people or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this was cool, whatever. All right, just you could pass through." You know what I'm saying? They let me pass through, literally. After I told them who my brother was and shit, but yeah, if I would have acted out in a certain type of way, they might have killed my ass. Or if I would have, like my brother said, he's like, yeah, because at the time too, I was always carrying, so, but I didn't bring it that night because I was going to do a performance. You feel me? You can't bring that shit to the venue and so I'm pretty sure that I took the train or something. I didn't drive. I didn't have my car for some reason. I didn't have my car. Or I might not even have had a car at the time. There was a reason I was walking. It was either I didn't have a car or I didn't want to drive because I was going to be drinking. And that's where all my stuff was at. Was wherever my bag was. It was, yeah, I didn't carry nothing. I didn't have a bag. I didn't have nothing either because I knew I was going to be at an event. You feel me? When I go out for events, I don't bring shit with me. I keep my load light because it's easy to lose shit everywhere, especially if you're doing drugs or you're drinking a little bit. That shit, it's easy to lose stuff. And I ain't got time to be losing shit, so yeah, but I usually was carrying, and if I'd have had something, I would have probably felt inclined to defend myself in a certain type of way, and that would have been bad. My brother told me, he's like, there's a reason you didn't have it that night. Like I said, if these dudes, so I guarantee the dudes that walked up on me, they had some, and there was like 20, at least 20 people on that block just out there. And they're all freaking doing something crazy. And they're all just like on a whole different vibe, bro. And if I'd have got in a certain energy, there'd probably be at least 5 of them really on me. And they would have dudes don't be playing, dudes is crazy. And they probably would have got away with that shit. And then I'd just be another fucking story, bro. So, no shame in freaking not proving yourself, like straight up, or not being tough, or or not trying to be the tough guy all the time. There's no shame in it. Sometimes it saves your life.
It's bullshit. It's useless. It has no use for you.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. No one's gonna write the hardest dude on your tombstone.
Right.
The hardest dude who ever lived. And even if they did, nobody's gonna give a shit.
Unless you're dying for something real honorable, like your people or something.
Being hard, that's maybe what it is. Representing for your squad, for your crew.
Yeah.
But there's
a place for it. There's a time and a place for all that, and you'll get your chance to really show yourself.
Maybe there is, but you know, as you grow older, you know, it, obviously people live in different circumstances, you know, and areas are different, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, proving yourself, it doesn't, street cred only goes so far. You know what I mean? Like,
and if you're dead, that's the end of it.
Then there's no, it's useless.
There's nothing there to gain for you anymore when you're dead.
Yeah, you know, what can you do then? Your creds, you know, you're just a legend.
Died with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's gone.
So it's, you know, like we were talking about earlier, you know, it's Bunbuichi, right? Like, pen and sword and accord, like, you gotta play it right. You know, you gotta know what you're doing, you know what to say and how to say it, because, and who to say it to, right? You know, like, you say different things to different people. You know, you wouldn't speak to certain people certain ways, you know, and I mean, respect is everything. So obviously there's certain things you wouldn't say in general, but it's like, you know, obviously there's certain things you wouldn't say to somebody, like you're saying, who has a gun, you know, and you know it, and they're drunk and acting belligerent. You know, you're not going to go over and call them names and shit, you know, it's just like...
Right? You should probably be respectful, because that dude might just feel some type of way and be like, fuck this fool. Boom.
Right. And I'm not... and one thing I'm going to say, too, it's like, you know, for me, like, in that scenario, too, yeah, you know, I'll give you respect, but if you're acting a certain way to me, you know, you're going to lose respect, too. I don't care if you have a gun or not, you know, like...
Right.
Like, you know, I have methods too, you know what I mean? Like, just cause you have that, you know, don't mean shit to me. Like, whatever, you know. But then that's the thing too, we were talking about, like, yeah, some people are afraid, you know, but still, you know, an afraid person with a gun is a person with a gun, you know. But, you know, be that as it may, you know, respect goes both ways and shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't tolerate it.
Just always respect everybody. Yeah, you just gotta always be cool. Be respectful and check your ego.
Yeah.
Learn how to just let shit go.
Definitely, man.
Because that shit will save you in the long run. It'll save you and your relationships. Straight up. Yeah. So that's what I'm really starting to see now in life. And that's a big thing. You got to know your situations, man. Like where you're at, the people you're dealing with. You know, what's really going on. You got to pay attention.
Definitely, man.
You know.
Got to be.
Pen and sword and accord. Freaking get your knowledge up. You know, read. Learn people. You know, you're reading by also talking to people. You know, people are like books. You know. So the more understanding you get with people, the better for you in the long run. And that's the one thing I loved about working at King Soopers. That's what I gained so much at King Soopers is the ability to interact with so many different personalities and types of people. You know, and that's how I'm starting to be able to interact with just about anybody. You know, through opening myself up to those avenues. With all these different types of personalities, learning to mesh, you know, with a whole bunch of different people, you know, because everybody's their own, you know, and environment plays its thing or whatever, you know, but so that's where the personality types come in, you know, you'll be able to tell that where you'll be able to tell where people come from based on their personality types, you know. Just how they act and stuff like that. You're like, oh, this was kind of he must grew up like this or that, you know. He's definitely been to the hood, you know, or like, yeah, you ain't never been to the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've experienced that, and I've told people that too, to where it's like, bro, you don't want to act like certain types of ways with people because you're gonna do that with the wrong one. You know, yeah, some people are cool. Some people just let shit go. But there's people out there that their pride, bro, is all they have. And in order to freaking to keep their pride alive, they might take yours. They might take your life, bro. For real. Just because they can't let their pride down. You know, they're like, nah. And then, you know, it comes to the point to where if you gonna pull it, you gonna use it. You know, like that's a pride thing too, especially in the hood. So like, it was a whole mix, bro. You know, life is serious. Life is serious out here. So just take it easy, y'all. Protect yourselves, protect your people. You know, be kind to one another. Be cool with each other.
It's a game of chess, man.
Yeah, strategy.
Act accordingly, you know.
Yeah, and back to the chess game right now.
Yeah, move low.
I know. Shut up.
Because yeah, man, you know, it is like chess, right? Like, you know, you're moving someone out there. You're moving out there. You don't know how many people are looking to take you. You know, and it's like we're talking about. You know, who knows who has a gun? Who knows who has what? Who knows who, you know, can spit poison in your eye? Like fuck, you know. You don't know. Like, so just be cool, you know, and act with respect, and you know, call people on their bullshit though too. You know, don't be a doormat.
Right.
You moved your knight?
I did.
Okay.
Knight to G3. It's like, I don't think that's what it is, but whatever, I moved it to.
Yeah, man, it's the life we lead, you know. And I think, you know, the older you get, you know, you see these things, or at least for me, you know, I see these things and start to realize, you know, that, you know, yeah, like it's you're not walking on eggshells, but like it is a game of chess. You know, you don't know, metaphorically speaking, where you can step. You know,
I guess it also depends on what you're going for. Honestly, like if that's your thing,
yeah, you know,
you want to be the tough guy. You want to have the pride, and that's how you want to go out. That's on you.
Someone's got to do it, I guess.
I'm just saying. You don't have to. And it could save you the trouble sometimes. You feel me? So, to each their own. You know, like me personally, I'm on a different path.
Yeah.
You know, and I gotta swallow my pride sometimes. Straight up. Like, there's a place, you know, where I need to stand my ground. And, you know, and like you said, don't be a doormat and shit. But there's also a place and a time to where it's like, I think I could let that shit ride. I think I can let that go. Cause this is a situation, you know, especially in a situation of life or death.
Of course.
You know, I mean, if you have to like kill somebody, it shouldn't be for anything other than like really protecting yourself if there's no way out, or your family.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Exactly. So
for honor.
That's honorable. That's an honorable death or murder. Even if you did go to prison, or you know what I'm saying, like for protecting your family or yourself, you know, because there's the only option. Yeah. And then honestly, people could respect that, you know, but you don't. Yeah. If they see, like, especially certain types of people, if they see you're just doing that for the pride and the love of it, they're gonna get on you about it. You know, Mike Tyson said, "Humans aren't born humble; they're born to be humbled." Humbled.
Now, also, too, you know, not every scenario is life and death. You know, so that's why you got to push sometimes.
Yeah,
you know? But obviously, know your boundaries. You know.
No, yeah, I'm only saying this because of the certain situations that I've been in lately.
No, definitely.
You know, and if I didn't have a certain understanding of things, I could have probably been. I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be here. Like I said, I used to be pretty reckless and wild. You know, growing up as a teenager, and good thing kids didn't have so much access back then. You know, now it's so easy, bro. They got 3D printing and shit, bro. Motherfuckers is making guns, bro, at their crib. At the crib, bro, and selling that shit in the streets. That's a big thing right now. I don't know who, but I know it's a thing. And the 3D printing is taking shit to a whole other freaking level, bro. And I'm like, whoa. So be careful, man, because it's just anybody could get anything now. People have connections. You don't know who people know. You don't know who people are. Not all the time.
I recently just beat the God of War 2018 remaster or remake, or reboot. Sorry, it was the fire shit ever. What is it? One of the things Kratos says is, don't assume, but be ready for a fight. So it's like, you never know if anyone's really going to attack you until they do. But just be ready for it, right?
No, yeah.
Don't go out attacking everybody.
Don't go looking for a fight. Don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder, bro. Yeah. Because that shit's gonna get knocked off real quick by that person who's like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with that. I don't like, you don't do that around here. There's always that motherfucker that is out there.
There's always gonna be someone who wants to prove that they're bigger and badder. It's just, especially it was something in the Avengers too, they said, right? It's like, our very, power invites challenge. If you're out there like, being like, oh yeah, I beat all these foods, blah, 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 or being, like the big guy out there, someone's going to want to challenge you just because they want to be the big guy out there, or they feel some type of way that you're being that type of way,
Yeah.
So it's all a game, but it's how you play it.
Exactly. Yeah. Play it smart.
Definitely.
Chess. Strategy.
Did you move yet?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that pawn.
Okay, I see.
Pawn. He's coming out. I got my warriors.
Warriors.
Come out and play. So when we first started recording this,
yes,
we were talking about
poetry.
It
had to do with life can be turbulent, and it's like we were talking about a bit before, but it can be a rocky boat, and it's about how you handle it and how you. It's like the 90-10 rule. We talked about this a lot. 90% is 10% is what happens to you. 90% is how you react. Yeah, it's how you look at it, how you take it. Because you can get knocked down being the lowest of the lows, but if you look at it, it's an opportunity. It's a change. Gives you now it's a fresh start. You can go the other way. You can try something different. It's not the end. It's a beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really about becoming the master of your fate, the captain of your soul.
Indeed.
And that's like, so yeah, we were talking about how I'm sure a lot of people have heard that quote.
Yes.
Okay. It's referenced. It's referenced a lot by influencers. It's a poem. It's from a poem called Invictus by William Ernest Henley.
Yeah. Right.
And that's a great poem. It's powerful.
Give us a listen.
Yeah, it's a. Well, let's.
What was it again? Invictus by
William Ernest Henley.
Nice.
So we got Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the foul clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this point of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So, yeah, I was brought to that poem through my reading. I've been, like I was saying before, I was reading that book. I've probably mentioned it a couple times on the podcast already, I think. But The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader by John C. Maxwell. Great book. Definitely recommend whoever might be interested. Yeah, so it brought up Oprah, and I went on this rabbit hole to see, to learn about Oprah, and I was like, I'd never listened to Oprah.
No.
Until that moment, bro. Like, literally, until that moment where I was reading about her. Actually, I was tripping that night. That day when I was like, I was getting ready to trip. That's what I read. I was reading my book right before I tripped, and I was getting ready for my trip. So then I read that chapter on listening, and it talked about how Oprah's like the world's greatest listener, and that's how what made her such a great influencer, and things like that. So it piqued my interest about Oprah. I was like, never thought about really listening to Oprah. I always thought it was just some wish-wash, bullshit.
Giveaway stuff.
Yeah, it's just
talk show.
It's freaking mainstream, that's all I felt. But honestly, Oprah's an interesting lady. She got books and stuff, she does that little book club thing or whatever, and she does a lot for people. I mean, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinions. A lot of people don't like Oprah. But opinions are like assholes.
Yeah, everybody got
elbows and assholes. Everybody got one. I mean, I guess not everybody has an elbow, but my teacher always says that.
Most people have assholes.
Yeah, most people. I mean, yeah, I would hope so, because you need to shit somehow. Like, how the fuck would you get rid of your waste if you didn't have an asshole?
I don't know. You never know.
Just have to freaking run it through a tube, out your back. Like,
might be some methods, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they have something. But yeah, so
yeah, no doubt.
But that day, that's when I took my stuff. I took some shrooms or whatever.
Went rabbit hole with Oprah.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole with Oprah, and she referenced that poem that was like one of her greatest inspirations, I guess. And I guess she must. I'm pretty sure she read it in like grade school or something like that, and it inspired her.
That's what brought Oprah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That poem kind of that kind of made Oprah's her whole thing, and that was her freaking source of inspiration in a lot of aspects of her life. Is that poem, and not even just her, not just Oprah. There's a lot of people that
has
actually.
It inspired you?
It has, it's So, I like to read a lot of, like warrior style writing.
Yeah.
And things that talk about honor, integrity, and, I'm also reading The Way of the Samurai by, Natabo Inazo. Freaking I forget the name.
That's cool. Entirely.
Yeah, but it's actually where the term Bushido comes from. That book is what
like an ancient text.
It's not ancient. It's actually Bushido is pretty modern. That term, like the way of the samurai, or like the code of the samurai, that's what that means. The Bushido is the code of the samurai. That is, it's been an unspoken thing for generations. That's generally what it is. It's just a way of being that warriors have carried out through the generations. It was reflected through samurais, the knights, all these great, warrior figures in history from all the different, parts of the world and stuff like that. So it's about the precepts essentially of all of that, what these people have all lived by. It's just like the 21 qualities.
Yeah.
These are the most distinguished, and noticeable things that you will see across the board.
I see.
In this group, you know what I'm saying? So like that one's leaders, this is warriors. So that's what the Bushido is. It's about those qualities and those principles. The 753 code, that's the Bushido code. Literally. I have that on my wall over there. It's one of my favorites. But, yeah, it's a great fucking book too. And that's where that term comes from. It's from the 1800s. So he actually is writing based off of a lot of ancient texts. So yeah.
The crazy thing I think too is that I forget a lot that like the samurai, they are kind of more of a modern thing where like while the Americas being
it comes
colonized,
from feudal Japan.
Yeah, feudal Japan wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was like 1200s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But warriors have been around forever.
Of course,
so it goes way back before that. But the samurai were like a huge part of forging the warrior spirit. Miyamoto Musashi, he's a beast, bro. Every warrior strives to be like that, man. Like how he was, the way he lived his life. If you don't know,
smelly and ugly.
Smelly and ugly. He wasn't ugly.
I'm pretty sure in the beginning that's what they talk about. That's what like a lot of people described him as an unpleasant and.
Well, he was just real.
Yeah, he was about. He was intense. Yeah, he was about the work.
He was an intense dude.
He's getting the shit done.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't here to fucking play games. Okay, this is life or death for me.
Right.
Every freaking situation.
Tactical.
But you got to think, dude. This dude, he was raised a samurai.
It was a different.
He was learning the samurai techniques from freaking like young age, and he had to defend his village at like 13. He has one of the freaking most brutalist stories. Like he has a crazy ass story. When that dude comes to his freaking village, challenges, his village and all this and that. He's like the greatest samurai from where he comes from and and then freaking, you got this little 13-year-old kid like, all right, I'll fight you. And he uses a freaking wooden sword. What is it, a boken or, it's a boken, right? Or a doken? Is it B or D?
I'm not sure what the terminology is, but yeah, wooden sword.
Yeah, it has a wooden sword, and he kills this dude with a wooden sword. And that fool had a real sword. He killed the dude who had a real sword with a wooden sword. Like, when I first came across that story, dude, I was like, this was a beast. Automatic. I love the dude. Automatically. And that's, he has 2 books. He has the Dakota, which is The Way of Walking Alone, and the Book of 5 Rings, which is probably his most notable work. The Book of the 5 Rings is just like, it's a must-have for people, who live by this type of stuff. Like I gotta get it too. Like, I've heard a lot about it. You've talked about it. I know you got a copy. My buddy he's read it. The Muay Thai coach, he's read it, and yeah, he's really well read in a lot of Musashi's work.
Nice.
And Musashi knew what it was about to be a warrior, and not even just be a warrior, how to really kind of embody life, or at least his life, and really live without wanting to give up, because that's the one thing that talks about in The Way of the Samurai is that it's dishonorable. So like, all right, so you know about seppuku, right?
Yeah.
So it was see, all the terms and everything. Heck yeah. So like, it was only honorable if to kill yourself in moments of dishonor and disgrace. So you would kill yourself to bring honor, because you have disgraced either your master, your teachings, or your people, or just yourself entirely. So you would kill yourself to save your name in a way. But it's dishonorable and disgraceful to kill yourself because you can't handle life. The warrior has to endure, regardless of the situation, and you cannot just back down because you're being challenged by life, and you can't give up. You can't. That's a disgrace to the code. So that was the like distinguished. That was like the middle line. That was the threshold. Between what was okay with seppuku and what wasn't. Damn. They both lost, huh? They both fried. All right. Whatever. We got the audio now. So, this one's been an interesting one. We got our technology fighting us today.
Technology's not on our side today. It's been sleeping too long.
Yeah, right. But it's okay. It's okay. We're still getting this message out there. So, like,
yeah,
it's a real thing, man. You know, like, I like that book. I recommend it. The Way of the Samurai. It was just, honestly, I didn't even know about it, really. I didn't know it was the one that coins the term Bushido, and it breaks it all down. It breaks down the philosophy, how it developed over time, who inspired a lot of the works and stuff like that. It goes into like Confucius and Mencius, one of Confucius's students, and you know, a lot of their teachings, and that's what a lot of the like samurai were living by, and you know, things like that. It talks about feudal Japan, and you know, then it goes into the different principles, and it even talks about like samurai training, and you know, all these different avenues that were being driven down, or that were being drawn out through these times, you know. And feudal Japan really forged that freaking for the future, and that's what we know is the Bushido, the Way of the Samurai now. Is how feudal Japan. This is because there wasn't really like law back then. So this is what they lived by. Unspoken. It wasn't written down. You know, there was no writings necessarily on it. Like there might have been like scrolls and shit you read with certain principles and understanding. You know, but it was a code that you just had to know. And if you knew, you knew. You know, and it was amongst warriors. The people that really were out there and lived according to these teachings. And yeah, this is the dude who wrote the book. This is his culmination of the generations to bring forward, you know, what that actually is. And this is his attempt at writing that down, the unspoken, you know, freaking code of samurai. It's been around for freaking, not just samurai, just warriors in general. It's been passed down through the ages. It talks about like knights and stuff like that too, and how similar they are to samurai, and connects all the different types of warriors through history to each other, and how this is what it was. You know, this is how they lived. You know, and in particular, like there's certain things that only samurai did, like the seppuku and shit like that. You know, and it talks about that, which is really cool. I was like, dang, this is tight. It's a good ass freaking book, man. You know, I recommend that one too. I'm almost done with that. I'm almost done with both those books, actually. And my goal is I plan on finishing them before the end of this month. That's my goal. That's one of my goals, at least.
Nice.
I always try to have a lot of goals. I usually have like a mental goal, a physical goal, a spiritual goal, and you know, whatever other goals I might have. I also do daily goals. You know, I set out to do something for you know, for that moment or that day or whatever, you know, and I do my best to execute, you know, and reach that goal. Like at work, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this today. This is the work that I want to get done today. You know, I want to break down these 3 pallets, or, you know, I want to get through this box of freaking, you know, or like if I was in the field or something, like, all right, so this is what we got to get done today. We got to set up, we got to pick up our material, get it over to the freaking site, set up, and get at least all of our setup done, and then we go from there. I fucking lost because of you fucking cat. Gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah. Goes for that
fucking
one. Huh?
Cat, man. Let's not count that. Fucking cat.
It's good to have goals.
Yeah.
I don't think you moved yet, right?
No, not yet. Wait, I thought. Oh wait,
daily goals.
What was last? What would you do last?
I moved this pawn up.
Okay, yeah, no, I do. Okay,
And that's good, man, because it definitely helps. You know, that is good though to have daily goals. You know, I mean, obviously in work and stuff.
I think you want to. See, my idea of it is to generate like a practice and experience, and it's through that. Like with your experience, it makes it easier to, like, if you have a bigger goal, right? But you're used to executing your littler goals, your smaller goals on a day-to-day basis, you're more equipped to execute long-term and greater goals now, because you're sharpening that. You're sharpening that edge of goal attainment, But that's the thing too. You want to make realistic goals. You want to do something attainable. Because if you do something, you set out, so you say like, I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups just because it's something great, or you're like you want to reach the freaking highest heights, but you haven't even done 100 push-ups. How realistic is that? I'm talking about like one day. Do 1,000 push-ups in one day. How realistic is that if you haven't even tried to do just 100?
Yeah.
Because it's not realistic, because then when you're actually doing it, it takes a lot. You got to build that. You got to build that experience so you can endure. And the more experience you build under your belt, then it makes it, like I said, then it's easier to get to the bigger goals.
Yeah, definitely makes it easier. Because, I mean, it's definitely find things of inspiration like we were talking about. Because, like David Goggins, right?
Oh, bro. Beast. I love that dude.
He's great. Like, he just jumped into it and got it done, But, like you're saying, like, if you do set those steps to get to the point, like, it helps rather than... Because, he was talking about, like, shit and blood and shit. Because he was just running, marathons and shit, just going for it. And, I mean, you can do that, but it does help. Like, you don't have to do that.
Right,
if you set those goals like we're talking about, like... Yeah, maybe run.
I don't think he just started. He didn't start by running marathons.
Did you watch any of his interviews?
I guess not.
Okay, then.
Is that what he said? He just went all out?
Because he was, felt like, in the beginning, like he was just feeling like, he just wanted to just go and do it. And just started just running. And there were instances where, he just pushed himself like beyond, because he wasn't completely, either he was, there were certain things he wasn't tuned in on yet, but it's his story, you should check it out, but it's just interesting. Cause if you do just go for it, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. But you gotta have a certain character.
A certain mindset.
Yeah, a certain mindset and character. And it's all endurance, you gotta go the distance.
Yeah.
So some people could do that just straight out the gate, but I'm telling
it's not physical, it's mental, honestly.
Yeah.
It's different.
Some people could do that straight out the gate, but a lot of people don't have the mental capacity yet. And that's what I'm saying. Like the small, like that's why you do the little baby step thing.
Yeah.
And that helps the people that don't have that capacity.
No, definitely.
Don't get me wrong. Like I have a strong mind, and I push myself a lot, but I also have learned that by doing baby steps and taking that time for myself to, it just made things easier for me. It made it a little bit easier. And now, like, I've done it enough to where it's like, all right, I could definitely fucking set a really great goal and push myself to the point to where I will endure all the way through to the end of that goal. But it took me some time of really building. And nobody always shares the whole story either.
Yeah,
you don't know the childhood he had either. Like, certain things forge your character, and it gives you a certain characteristics that really, mold you in your life. And so if you haven't had certain experiences in yourself, it's going to be hard for you I can't say it's going to be. I'll say it can be hard for you to really push. But also, if you don't have too much experience, it's actually kind of working in your favor, because then you don't have that preconceived notion a lot of times. It's the lack of preconceived notions that really show you could just do a lot, you know? Mm-hmm. You know? And that's where children get ahead on people, is because they don't have to deal with the bullshit like when you're an adult, right? You're trying to learn something new. You have all these fucking like experiences, thoughts, and that can get in the way of you actually doing this next thing, whatever it might be. And if you don't have a certain characteristic in yourself to push past and push through and endure, it's hard. It's hard as an adult. But yeah, kids, they don't have the experience yet. So if you push a kid to the point to where they're always just pushing themselves all the time from the beginning, that just becomes a habit. That's just what they do, you know? And it's because the lack of thought, it helps you be able to actually do it. And that's why there's the thing that you're supposed to practice something so much that you don't even have to think about it. Because that's how you really get the best performance, is without thinking. When you're not really thinking about what you're doing, but you're doing it and you're doing it well, and that's just your habit, you go far. You know what I'm saying? Like with with my Tai Chi or anything that I'm learning right now, that's where you want to get. Like even with the music, right? When in the beginning, you want to get to the point to where you have practiced your songs, right, before the performance, so you don't have to think about it in the moment. Like, what was that? What was that line? You know, like it's just there. It's just there. Repetition, you know, the muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't know how to train that. You know, they really don't, or they just don't practice. That's just what it comes down to. A lot is practice.
Yeah.
And you gotta, practice and dedication, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Truly. Yeah, the heart of it. And, you know, to get there, you know, you need the motivation. So, yes. You know, it's good to find people like David Goggins and good sources of inspiration that push you, you know, and give you that extra music, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
All of it.
Right? Whatever your path is, wherever you're going, leading yourself to, man, it's all about just pushing through.
Definitely. And it's out there, you know, there's things out there. There's music, there's people, there's podcasts, there's ways.
This is why we're here too. We're here to help share this information, you know, share our journeys. If you want to join us, come on up. Share your journey with us. Maybe your freaking words might be the next inspiration for the next person, or the thing that they needed to hear, you know, and that could change lives, man. Like truly, like I was talking about Stephen Furtick, man, like that dude he's a preacher, Elevation Church. Yeah. He's opened up churches across the nation, and he has one out here even in Colorado, and I think it's like in Aurora or something, but he speaks and shares the word of God, and it's not even just that, you know, it's like he shares that real inspiration, you know, he gives you great analogies and stuff to work with that help you be able to connect the dots and see the bigger picture. You know, and you need that. It's a food. It's a nourishment for you, your soul, your path, you know, like food for thought. I was saying, you know, it's called food for thought for a reason, because it's feeding you in here. You know, you don't just, it's a diet. You don't, your diet isn't just what you're eating in the fridge. From the fridge, you know, it's what you're eating, and like you watching movies, freaking everything is feeding you something. It's about the type of fuel you're giving yourself. You know, if you're eating like crap, you're gonna feel like crap. You might even look like crap. But if you're eating high quality, you're gonna have high quality. You know, so food for thought.
Definitely, man. It's all about what you put in. You know, you are what you eat.
Exactly, man.
In all senses.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you gotta give yourself some leeway to snack or whatever on some.
For sure, definitely.
I love watching stand up.
Mental snacks are different than, obviously eating cake all the time.
Yeah.
I think it depends, right? Things are different in that aspect. Obviously, I think you can splurge a little bit more mentally.
It's all moderation.
But definitely.
Everything's all in moderation. Even all that nourishment and inspiration and all that other shit, it can end up working against you if that's like all that you're into. Like then you start to feel stressed a little more because you have no freedom and you feel trapped. I mean, unless you absolutely love it. Like with freaking Andrew Tate, man, that he's a trip, bro. He's like, yeah, this is what I do. He's a real like. He's like Miyamoto in a way. He's freaking really intense. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a character.
He is a character for sure.
I mean, like an act. That's how I see it. That's what he is. So, but
I guess, yeah. I mean, it depends. It depends. I don't know. He has some interesting things to say. So I agree with him on certain things. I disagree on others. But it's like that with everybody.
No.
You feel me?
That's how it be.
Yeah. I recently just started listening to him a little more. But yeah, is
that your inspiration though?
Nah. He's just, I like to know where people are coming from, and
yeah.
Fucking, yeah, definitely not my inspiration. Yeah, that guy, he's real egoic and cocky and arrogant, and yeah, I don't like that type of personality necessarily. Even though, like, yeah, he seems to be open, to learning and stuff, but he's still his way.
I wonder what the real guy's like.
David Goggins.
No, you talking about Goggins or who are you talking about?
I was talking about Tate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I wonder what he's really like.
No, yeah. Right. No, yeah. I feel that. Yeah, because he shows everybody only shows the world what you want, what we want them to see.
And especially, I think even sometimes maybe we can be like that. Obviously we're not.
Oh, yeah.
There's a certain way, entertainment is a thing. You know what I mean? And to be entertaining, there's some things, I think naturally we are kind of chill and funny dudes, and we try to crack funny and just have a good time as it is. I think that comes as we are, but, obviously there's, you got to be entertaining. You got to be, make it a little something more than, to make it pop. It's entertainment. It's, I understand that, but in my opinion too, you just got to be mindful because, obviously there's some things that some people say that I do agree with and don't agree with, and that's just how humans are. I don't fully agree with somebody or fully disagree with somebody a lot of the time, but it can be interesting as someone with a platform, saying certain things because like we're talking about, if you're, 12, 13, 11, hearing some of these things that can be, inspirational to you then, and then you think a certain type of way. Not saying any type of way is good or bad, but some things can be, and they can affect people's patterns of behavior.
Yeah, it's forging you in your path. So, yeah, you just gotta be mindful.
Definitely.
Just mindful of it all.
Of what you're taking in. Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I like to know what's really going on, So I've been peeping, like I said, I didn't really I still don't really like Andrew Tate too much, but he has a lot of knowledge, he has some experience, which is very interesting.
Yeah, he's won a lot of championships.
Yeah, I'm considered, I consider what people say. So, hey, do you, bro? You feel me? That's all I can say to just about anybody. Like, yeah, do your thing. Yeah, shit. You know, yeah, I'm definitely not like, oh, Andrew Tate's my idol or like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's for damn sure. But no, but I don't really idolize nobody.
No doubt.
Really, but
yeah, man. As long as you're not hurting nobody, do
right,
you?
Right? Exactly. If
you are hurting anybody, fuck you.
Fuck, bitch,
pussy. Like fucking pussy.
What's your last move? Fucking pussy.
Fuck pussy.
Today, told ya. What was your last move?
Oh.
Was it the pen or was it the pawn?
Yeah, I think you still haven't moved.
I did. I moved my fucking knight.
Nah, I hadn't moved that day. I was the pawn. And then you haven't moved yet. First, it's still you. Yes. Do this. Because, okay. I moved my knight.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many moves you got?
1, 2, 3,
4. Yeah.
Okay.
Ha ha ha! Now make that move so you take the shot.
All right.
And we'll ride into the sunset.
Yes. We have the wind at our backs.
Yes. Sails are full of wind. So much wind. The sails are bulging. We're doing like 260 on the high seas.
Oh, actually, I remember what happened now. I was thinking about my move.
Yeah, so were you in deep contemplation?
I was. Yeah, that's one thing I need to work on is my fucking speed of chess. I don't really... Cody likes to play speed chess. He's like...
Yeah, I've never been very quick at it either.
I'm not quick at moving my chess pieces.
Maybe if it's all I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, it depends on who I'm playing too. Some people are freaking. I can see it easier because they're not like they're less experienced or they make mistakes a little bit more. But when you're playing a skillful chess player, it takes some time.
We should get one of those things, a little small one, just a little timer on it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
the chess things. You have one?
Oh, that would be not one of those. But I have a timer.
Oh, for sure.
I just got one. I think it might be not that bad.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. But yeah, man. Life's a trip. It's been quite the journey. You have your ups and downs, but you get knocked down, you get back up again. Ain't nothing gonna keep me down,
Yeah, you fall down 7 times, you get back up at least 8.
Shit.
Always one more time, then you fall. You gotta get back up.
And then some. Shit, I'll fall. I'll fucking die and get up in the shadow realm.
I'll resurrect. Coming back from the beyond.
Zombie. It's the first zombie.
You're like, out the grave. I'm the Undertaker.
Hell yeah, brother. To staying strong, to the way of the warrior.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Always and forever. Whew.
So, you want to save this game or do you want to finish it? I mean, we could save it.
We can finish it after or whichever. We'll decide in a sec. But
all right, yep.
Yeah, man. Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to have us back.
Yeah, well,
I know
hit the ground running.
It's been a crazy year to start.
Yeah, it's been rough, man.
Yeah.
It's been rough. 2024 is coming in swinging.
It is, I swear. Straight up.
Yeah. It's good, though, man.
Roll with them punches.
Yeah,
Yeah, straight up.
Let's keep going.
Bull in a matador, man.
Gotta keep that stamina. That's the name of the game this year. Stamina.
You have to play that. It's like a 40-second song or some shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's a short one, right?
Shorter. I think it's like 15 or something. You Yeah, it's not that long.
I know. Like honestly, I remember I used to hear it back in the day, right? I always thought people were just playing the hook or something. I swear. But then I remember once I got into it, I was like, dang, really? Once I got into tech more, I was like, dang, that song is really that short? That's the whole thing? That's the whole Stamina song? I was like, I really expected more.
That'd be tight if he actually like made it into like a song, like he used that as the hook and then put verses around it or something.
Dude, that'd be dope as fuck. I don't know how much more music tech's gonna make though.
I feel like he'll keep going until he can, man, because he got another one coming. And
he got the album or what?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really been that tapped in, but yeah, he got another collabos coming. But
I know he's been doing a lot of collabs.
Yeah, well, this one is actually like a collab. I guess he's just been doing actual albums and stuff. But yeah,
okay,
I don't know. We'll see.
Fucking shout out Tech 9, man.
Yeah, man, he's
one of the goats.
He keeps going, you know. I mean,
dude's a legend.
Yeah, you know, he spits fire.
Super hot fire. And spit.
Yeah, spit fire. He keeps it current. Fire. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, for real though. All right,
Is there still one in there?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends.
And their friends. Yeah. Make sure everybody knows.
Tell at least 5 friends. That's it. You know. Tell 5 of your friends. Tell 5 of their friends. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and you'll help us. Freaking loads. Straight up.
Yes.
You never know where it'll go from there.
But yeah, guys. Well, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for our support.
Right.
Until next time.
Peace and love. Oh, I guess I'm freaking waving at the camera. That's it.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.